This is Brother Dwight and the lovely wife of mine, Aldith.
We just want to give a few tips on how to keep the family and the marriage together during this time, during this trying time that we are going through. And one of the way to keep the family together and also the marriage, because whatever happened to, especially when you're married, whatever happens to the family, it also affects the marriage. So one of the things that we do, we believe is very important, is communication. And communication that involves listening carefully to each other, listening to the children, listening to your spouses. Don't assume that you know what is going on with each other. Ask questions. Find out about the well being of each other. Find out about the emotional well being. Find out about their social well being. How are they coping being isolated at this time? And as for us in our household, we have a senior that should, who has missed his senior year. So this is a very important time to find out how do you feel about not being able to spend your last year in high school with your friends. So these are one of the things that we have to do during this time is to communicate and find out what is going on in each other's life and in each other's head. Communication is always the key in any relationship. We should never assume that we know what each person is going through. So we need to talk about it. We need to talk about the situation.
One of the things we live by, and really truly live by, is 1 Corinthians 13 and verse 7. Love bear all things, regardless of what comes. So, regardless of the situation that is now, the love got to be there. You got to still be loving. It believes all things, looking for the best in each other. What that means is you got to believe that the other person means the best for you. Just like you means the best for them, you got to believe they mean the best for you. What it means also is that you don't assume that something someone says or something someone do was meant for harm. So you believe the best. So in other words, simple things don't become big things, right? Simple things don't become big things. And if you're not sure, you talk about it. So there goes communication again. And, love hopes all things, which means remaining steadfast during difficult time. I've learned to stand with this verse for years now. And I keep reminding myself, going back and read it. I was told by a pastor Pastor David told me, read Corinthians 1:13 every day. I don't do it every day, but I do it often enough. But the one verse is verse 7. Love endures all things without weakening. So during this time when a lot of things are going south, your love life should not go south. Your love and your love life shouldn't go south. Your behavior and your characteristics mustn't go south. You must maintain that steadfast. In other words, it's best to be improving on the good things that you've done over the years than to be weakening. There's no need to be weakening. This is a time that you find your strength. Find your strength in God. Find your strength in the Word. That's what it's about.
The other thing that I would like to talk about, or the other tip, is have a go-to. Have someone that you can talk to. Have someone that can steer you in the right direction. Everyone needs a mentor. Everyone needs someone they can talk to. Everyone needs to have someone in their life who you can express what you're feeling and what you're going through.
Our thing is, whenever there's a problem, if it goes overnight, then you need to be getting intervention. Any problem that wasn't solved today in a relationship, in a marriage, you need to be seeking intervention the next day. And we find that it works for us As soon as something isn't resolved, I'll be the first to be calling for intervention. I don't matter how small it is. If it's not working, if it didn't work out overnight, then I'm calling for intervention. So whether it's a mentor, whether it's your pastor, whether it's a senior person in your life, or someone who has wisdom and is not biased. Someone who has wisdom and is not biased. That's the best person. You get that person to come and help you with to intervene.
In conclusion, hang in there. Just know trouble don't last always. Things will get better. Like my husband loved to say, joy comes in the morning. Know that your morning will be here sooner than you think.
In fact, your morning is right here now. If you ever call me on the phone, you will hear, it doesn't matter what hour the clock says. I said good morning. I says good morning. Meaning, it's a time of joy. It's always a time of joy. So that is my mindset. It is always a time of joy. Have a good one, and thanks for listening. I hope this blesses you tonight, or whenever you hear it. I hope it blesses you. God bless.
God bless you, and
We are
life
life
changers.
changers.